Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the June 11th board meeting. Can I ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please note that adequate notice of this meeting in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, entitled the Open Public Meetings Act, has been provided by action of the Board of Education on January 3rd, 2019. Notice has been provided to the two newspapers circulating the school district, and a posted notice in this effect on the Board of Education Building Bulletin Board, Administrative Headquarters, 51 West Cliff Street, Somerville, New Jersey. Mr. Boyce, can we have roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Matthews.
Here.
Mr. Carlson. Here. Mrs. Olson.
Here.
Mr. Puntillo.
Here.
Dr. Saden.
Here.
Mrs. Schweitzer.
Here.
Mrs. Van Horn.
Here.
Mr. Sergio.
Present.
Mr. Jess.
Here.
Mrs. Fabrizi is absent.
Thank you. At this time, we open it up for public comment on agenda items only. Anybody want to speak on that? All right, seeing none, can I have a motion to close, please? So moved. Thank you, Mr. Jim. And a second? Thank you, Mr. Carlson. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. At this time, can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the May 28th regular and executive session meeting, please? Thank you, Mrs. Olson. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Van Horn. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. One abstention. Thank you. Under Board President's Report, I'd just like to wish all of our retirees that are here tonight a happy, healthy, long retirement. Enjoy and don't think about us. Dr. T.
All right, speaking of retirements, same thing, I want to wish everyone happy retirement. For all of you, this is like your graduation, so all of our students are graduating in like another week or two, so you guys are graduating into hopefully a much easier life. So we're going to start, and I'll start off. So we'll start with Sue Haynes. Come on up. Yeah, we're going to start with you, Sue. You come on up here.
Go over there so the camera can see. You can stand right here.
So Susan has served as the assistant principal of Vanderbilt Elementary School for 1 year during the year of 2003-04, and then was promoted to principal in 2004. Sue has mentored a number of assistant principals in her time, which many have gone on to principal and other administrative roles. And I don't know, I waffled on bringing this up. I won't talk about, why you went so many. We'll just assume it was because you mentored them so well. That's what you keep telling me. So over the years, Susan has brought enthusiasm to the position and has always been eager to try new things. During her principalship, Sue has had some creative ideas, including periscoping. For those that don't know, it's basically live streaming something that's going on. The Mosaic Project, which is mentoring, and even delivering books on a bicycle throughout the town of Somerville, to just name a few. The students, parents, and staff thank her for these many different initiatives. Sue will be missed by her staff, colleagues, and students. We wish her well in her retirement and hope she is able to catch every one of her son's baseball games, which I'm sure she will, enjoy some family quiet time, read a few good books, visit some relatives, and travel to some exotic and fun places of interest. And we wish you health and happiness in your retirement. Oh, you can sit down for now. We'll get a picture of everyone later.
Thank you very much.
Unless you want
Tag
to.
message address.
Joni planned it.
Next up will be Georgette Boladeris, Georgette loves the limelight. So I know that would be right in the center. No, I'm joking. Come over here. It took me a little bit of time to learn how to correctly spell Georgette's last name, and now she's leaving, so I don't have to worry about spelling anywhere. Georgette has served Somerville since 1982. She started as a teacher in Vanderbilt, and then moved to Somerville Middle School to teach in 2000. In 2006, she became the middle school assistant principal, and then took over as the principal in 2008. In her role as principal, Georgette has been known to leverage free labor by securing her mom to come into school and do various tasks like shredding papers and even knitting her famous slippers. Georgette even went so far as to steal her mom's lemon tray that she had bought for her and kept it for safekeeping in her office. We won't talk about how the lemon tree's no longer. You did get some lemons out. But seriously, as the building leader, Georgette has always gone above and beyond to really know her students and their families. She is often seen talking and walking with students to gain insight into their needs and collaboratively develop plans to assist them in being successful. She really does understand the middle school student mind. The students matter to Georgette more than anything else. After all these years of giving to the students, we hope Georgette capitalizes on her retirement to take her deserving mom on some nice trips as payment for all of her hard work over the years. And we hope she uses her newfound time to even become more active in her church groups, spend time mentoring aspiring administrators because she has so much to offer, and just relax and take care of herself. Congratulations. And I guess we'll start with now the principals, since we started the low and went up. Jerry, you want to start with you?
Sure.
All right. We all set the stage.
Honor. My absolute honor and pleasure to present our high school retirees. I don't know if Diane Bolger is here this evening. No, she's not out in the hallway? So, me neither. Teacher of Business, Marion Robinson. Come on up, man. Mrs. Robinson is Ville through and through. She came here in 1982, met her wonderful husband, Tom, here, who retired a few years back, for those of you who do not know Tom, and has had 4 children graduate from Somerville High School. Like I said, she's all Ville. Mrs. Robinson has been lucky enough to have taught a broad range of courses and grade levels, even preschool during her time here. But for the past several years, the high school has been lucky to have her. She too can teach anything: keyboarding, study skills, Microsoft Office user specialist, aka mouse, marketing, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and computers, just to name a few. She was never hesitant or afraid to try new things. She carefully planned each and every lesson and always reflected on it after she delivered that lesson. You see, she did this because every minute that she had with her students meant something to her. And up until the day she retired, wanted to be the best teacher she could possibly be. She never looked for accolades or recognition. She just wanted her kids to learn and enjoy themselves while doing it. Mrs. Robinson's colleagues describe her as compassionate, caring, and would go to any length to help her students and colleagues. And she certainly did. Thank you for all the many great years. Lynn Balicki.
I am and always will be all in at the
Mrs. Balicki has spent 43 years here, and ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you without a doubt that she is just as creative, passionate, and dedicated to her craft now as she was 43 years ago when she stepped into her first classroom. And believe me, she has not lost any pep in her step. Even after 40 plus years, she's still open to new ideas and constantly wants to become better. In the upcoming class of 2019 yearbook, Mrs. Balicki is quoted as stating that she views her job as helping students to discover the world of art. And it is that artistic spark she finds so rewarding. Mrs. Balicki loves to see that sense of accomplishment in her students. You see, that artistic spark may have always been inside each and every one of her students, but it takes a very special person, a teacher, to help that student unlock it and then thrive. And it's been Mrs. Balicki who has been able to do that for the past 43 years. Lynn's colleagues describe her as oh, I risked it going. Caring, charismatic, excitable, supportive, thorough, organized, funny, sociable, helpful, a great mentor, and a tremendous friend. Lynn, it's been an honor to work with you. Enjoy the wonderful things to come in your retirement. Okay. Carol Kabor. Mrs. Kabor, well, what can I say? It's been a 44-year journey, and it's been quite a journey with several stops along the way. She first arrived at Lafayette School, then to Vanderveer, then to the middle school, before she finally made it to high school, or beloved high school. Yes, she has worked in every building in the district, and over the course of 44 years has touched the lives of so many, both her students and her colleagues as well. For her students, she's always there to offer support, whether it be just listening or giving sound advice on academics or providing social, emotional support. Carol students walk away feeling important and better about themselves, and isn't that what it's really all about? She's genuine, and her students can feel and they can sense that as well. As far as her colleagues in the guidance department, here are some of the words they use to describe her. Positive energy, willing to try new things. She's a mentor to everyone, a cornerstone, a kid at heart. She connects so easily with her kids. Genuinely interested in everything her kids have to say. Easy to talk to, cares about each person she's talking to. She's my work best friend. And she has the best laugh. From a personal perspective, as a new administrator in 2004, and coming from Vanderveer, and then coming to the high school to serve as a supervisor of the guidance department, you served as a mentor to me as well. And you helped me learn the ropes, and I will be forever grateful to you for that. So I thank you, and I wish you the very best in the years to come. And that's it.
Next up is Georgette. Nancy, I don't see her. She's outside. Nancy's in here. Do you still want to say anything about it? All right. So then we have the elementary school. And I don't know if Rob or Sue. You're up, Sue.
Before I start talking about Karen Toby Jones, I was a little discombobulated at the beginning. So, Board of Education, I would like to thank you for my wonderful years here at Vanderveer. It's hard to believe that 16 years went so quickly. It's hard to believe 28 years went so quickly. But you've always been an amazingly supportive board, all of you and the people who came before you. So I wouldn't have had the career I had without all of you. And so thank you very, very much. And of course, to Dr. Teahan. So now KTJ, Karen Toby Jones has been at Vanderveer for 27 years. Do you want to come and join me? So, look at each other lovingly. So at new teacher orientation each fall, we meet the new teachers, and I say to them, there are some important people that you need to know. One is Karen. Curly hair Karen. Remember that name. You're going to need that name throughout the school year, whether it's for yourself, for one of your students, or for any situation that might arise. And Karen truly has and always will be the kind of person that's a go-to for a new teacher who might be struggling and knowing what to do and how best meet the needs of a student, a veteran teacher who has used every tool in her toolbox and isn't really sure where to go next, and every teacher in between. It was described at the retirement party Thursday night that when Karen Toby Jones asks you, how are you? Before you know what you're actually telling her how you are. And Karen's really in tune to our entire community. We had Girls on the Run banquet 2 hours ago. No matter what the activity, if it was going to benefit the students, if it was going to be the right thing for the children of Somerville, Karen Toby Jones was somehow involved with it, whether she was scrapping for money along the way or trying to figure out bringing vests home for Keep Concourse because the kids wanted to wear a cooler vest than what we had, and there she was sewing. I didn't realize that she could sew and bedazzle, but that's one of Karen's talents. So I said to Rob earlier today, I said, I just can't imagine Vanderveer School without Karen Toby Jones. Thank God I don't need to. Karen is the backbone of Vanderveer, and I think every single person in this room has had some sort of interaction with Karen, and we wish you just the very best in your retirement. You've been a gift to all of us, and now it's your time to do whatever it is that retired people do. Thank you very much.
Retirees. I don't know if we want to get them all together. We get a picture of them, get all of them together.
Great.
Take a slight pause for some cake for our retirees. And once again, Ryan's secretary did her artistic skills and created a very unique cake.
All right, everybody, we're back. Dr. T. All right, we're going to move on to a robotics presentation. Our gearheads are sitting here ready to roll.
Water
Okay, so I just have a very brief introduction because the kids are going to take care of most of this. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for all of your support this season and previous years, and we hope to have your support going forward. I'm really proud of what the team has accomplished this year, and they are pretty proud too. We're really looking forward to a lot of improvements this year, and a lot of improvements to what we do as far as internally with how we structure ourselves, the different activities that we plan to engage with the community in, and a lot of the things that we plan for both our school district and in Branchburg to try to create a little bit more of a solid community with robotics around across the grade levels. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our three new executive committee members. Emily here is our Director of Communications, Matt Exel is our Director of Media, and Amanda Hagedorn is our Director of Operations. So I'll turn it over to them.
So thank you all. We came here to thank you especially for all of your help this season, helping us interface with the school district and beyond the school district. So as part of FIRST Robotics, we're not only a robotics team. We like to say that we build robots and we build students. What this means is that we help people not only learn the technical skills that they'll need to succeed later in life, but we like to teach leadership and communication skills also. This has a lot to do with the community outreach that we do at the elementary school and middle school level with the FLL teams, LEGO robotics teams that we've started, and with all of the other outreach we do to the fairs and the community outside of Somerville.
So at our competitions, we work with other teams from around the tri-state area and beyond in every single match we participate in. So there's a lot of interaction with other students and, like Amanda said, working on these communication skills. And this season was particularly successful. We usually place in like 40s or 50s in our district. We placed 34th out of 120 teams in our district. And this is a lot part to discovering new technologies, utilizing that in our robots, and also just an overall team morale increase. We've all grown a lot closer this year, and it's just really helped everyone on the team.
So as Emily just said, we compete against a bunch of other teams in the tri-state area, and within these competitions, there's one particular award that we've won this year, which highlights how much of an influence we've had on the FIRST community. And if you could look below on the slide, the code is, it reads, this team used dreams, ideas, and innovation to inspire engineering. They kicked into high gear to blast off programming courses, senior scholarships, 4-H fairs, FLL camps, and teams. This team is armed strong in the field and headstrong in their will to inspire. So it's pretty cool how we were able to access this code because just represents like how we've grown as a team. And this award is only awarded to one team per event, as I said before, and just highlights how great of a job we've done.
So because we won the Engineering Inspiration Award, which Matt was just talking about, it's about how we reach out into the community and promote both the values of FIRST and STEM education. We'd like to present you with one of the medals that we got and a memorial shadow box about how you helped our team this season.
I'm sure this will hang in Dr. Tian's office. They put it right in the boardroom. Very nice. And thank you. You kids are awesome, and keep it up. You have our full support, not only now, but going forward. So, and you have an awesome advisor there in Tyler. He fights for you, and he makes sure that we know everything that's going on with the Gearheads, which we truly enjoy, and working alongside with Mr. Sergio, who is the board chair of athletics and activities. You know, we couldn't be prouder of all you guys. So we want to say thank you and just keep it up.
And we can't wait for next season.
That's right. You guys don't have to stay. You guys can go. You don't have to stay. We're not thrilling here, so you guys can go home.
All in big on.
Thank you.
You leave to don't ever undervalue.
All right, I guess on to district highlights now that there's not that many people in the room. For Vanderveer grades PS5, Vanderveer's field day took place on Friday, May 31st, and its success was not thwarted by the rainstorms leading up to the event. Students in grades preschool through 5th grade enjoyed a day of outdoor physical activity, including a blow-up obstacle course,
fill the water bucket relays, cone flip, as well as other fun activities. PTO volunteers assisted with running the stations as the students rotated from activity to activity. The signal to rotate came from the Lincoln Hose Company fire engine, Blast, which was on hand to provide the community support and cool the crowd with an occasional spray from the fire hose. Mr. Sergio was DJ for the day and pumped tunes through the outdoor speakers, sprinkled with humorous commentary, which we rarely see here, words of encouragement to the students, and verbal appreciation for the parent volunteers and teaching staff. As part of the 5th grade science unit on energy and systems, transfer of plant energy and photosynthesis is one of the phenomena taught to the students. In accompaniment with the online Discovery Education resources, 5th grade students designed, set up, and carried forth an interactive lab in which they tried to grow tomatoes in the Aero garden. Each day, the students were so excited to come into the classroom and check on the plants and report their growth. Once the tomato plants reached about 2.5 feet, the students transplanted the tomato plant into the VDV outdoor garden in hopes that it will now grow even bigger and bear some nice red tomatoes. For Somerville Middle School, SMS is gearing up for the end of the school year. The 8th grade students enjoyed their annual trip to Washington, D.C. We also welcomed the incoming 6th grade parents at our orientation night. The parents also had the opportunity to meet the incoming SMS principal that evening, which is Mr. Anthony Benjamin. Our bands and chorus loaded up the buses and competed in their annual band competition on Friday, June 8th. They represented SMS in a stellar way, as always. And this was the first time that the chorus actually competed, and they walked home with the trophy, which is phenomenal. Field Day was a huge hit, and everyone enjoyed the activities of the day. For Somerville High School, on Friday, May 31st, the junior-senior prom was held at the New Brunswick Hyatt. The night was filled with music, dancing, a buffet-style dinner, and more dancing. It was a great night. On Monday, June 3rd, many of our seniors attended the annual senior picnic at Forest Lodge in Warren. Students arrived at about 9 a.m. and spent the day participating in activities such as basketball, bocce ball, and swimming. Hot dogs, hamburgers, and other snacks were available for them throughout the day. And Senior Awards Night was held on Wednesday, June 5th. Congratulations to all of our senior award recipients, and a very special thank you to all of our donors who made this annual event possible. And that concludes district highlights. Thank you, Dr. Teahan. Now for student board member report. We're going to mix it up. We're going to go with Callie first this time.
Okay. On May 29th, the choir concert took place where songs of spring were sung, including an original song written by senior Jalen Scott, which the seniors voted on to choose as their senior song, which is the first time that a senior has written the song where they will be singing at graduation. The newly founded Engineering World Health Club has begun, which is the first high school chapter of the nonprofit Engineering World Health, which sends college students to third world countries to work on the repair and maintenance of medical equipment. And next year, the club hopes to fundraise to be able to purchase these kits, which include circuit boards, and they are responsible for troubleshooting medical equipment. So it's really exciting that this is the first high school chapter. Additionally, there was an assembly for the juniors where Vietnam veterans came in from the Operation Rolling Thunder, and the juniors, again, we also went on a field trip, so it's just Vietnam. We're going crazy with the Vietnam. We're learning a lot about that. And the annual chemistry tie-dye day took place where students in chemistry get to really just celebrate the end of the year, where they bring in shirts, like white shirts to tie-dye. They learn about the process of tie-dye, including the chemicals it's soaked in, and they really enjoyed that. So.
And now for the last time, I'm going to turn it over to Beth.
I don't think I do, actually. Okay. So first, to add on to what Dr. Teahan said about prom and how great of an experience it was, everyone that went had so much fun, and the PTO also held sales for prom flowers, and the money for that went towards project graduation. And the next was the Dimitri Phelps Memorial Basketball game. He was a student here last year who passed away from brain cancer. So the teachers played a basketball game against a couple of the seniors. And there was a raffle for a senior parking lot space, which a lot of the underclass were really anxious for. and all the proceeds of that went towards research for pediatric brain cancer. And then last, the senior peer leaders, upcoming junior peer leaders, and Cultural Diversity Club held a mixer for the incoming Branchburg and Somerville freshmen. The day was filled with icebreaker activities to get to know each other, team building games, a presentation on being yourself by Mikey Fallon, and an opportunity to ease into making the change from middle school to high school. And also, since this is my last meeting, I just want to thank you all for this opportunity. I enjoyed attending all the meetings, no matter how long they were, and listening to all the different presentations. And I feel that this role has given me the confidence to speak in front of a group of adults, which is really helpful for me in college and all my future endeavors. So thank you.
Thank you.
So where are you off to next year?
I'm moving to California and going to community college there.
Northern, southern?
Northern.
Northern, very good.
Best of luck. We
Thank
want
you.
to enjoy everything.
There's a song that I love to hear, and I wish you the best in all your endeavors. Please don't look back, but do come back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, moving on to finance, Ms. Schweitzer.
Thank you. It is recommended that, I'm just going to say all the items, be removed upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools. 1 is acceptance of monthly reports. 2, bills list. 3, the joint transportation contract with Bridgewater Raritan Board of Education for the summer 2019 extended school year program, with Somerville Board of Education being the host. Joint transportation contract with the Bound Brook Board of Education for the summer 2019 extended school year program, with Somerville Board of Education being the host. Joint transportation contract with Bound Brook Board of Education for the summer 2019 extended school year program, with Bound Brook Board of Education being the host. Branchburg Lacrosse Agreement, Branchburg Travel Soccer Agreement, Somerville Baseball Inc. Agreement, employee health benefit rates for the 2019-2020 school year as negotiated by Brown & Brown Benefit Advisors, deposits to the capital and tuition reserves, with the capital reserve not to exceed $2 million and the tuition reserve to be $935,600. An award to Open Systems for security improvements at Somerville Middle School, acceptance of the school bus emergency evacuation drill for Vanderveer and Middle School, appointment of the board attorney, being the law firm of Cirillo, Cornell, Merlino, McKeever, and Osborne LLC, as labor counsel beginning July 1st, 2019. The Somerville High School and district-wide bills list, acceptance of the Somerville High School school bus emergency evacuation drill report, approval of the report of annual awarded contracts for Bayada Home Healthcare Inc. to provide LPN nursing services, a resolution authorizing contracts for certain approved state contract vendors for boards of education pursuant to NJSA 18A:18A-10A. The duration of the contracts between the Somerville Board of Ed and the referenced state contract vendors shall be from July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2020, and the vendors include Dell, Lakeshore Learning Materials, School Specialty, and Lifesavers. To approve the school breakfast and lunch prices, appointment of the school physician and medical inspector to Robert Wood Johnson, Physician Enterprises, PA, for the 2019-2020 school year. To appoint SSP Architectural Group as the architect of record from July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2020, and authorizing the architect to amend the long-range facility plans as necessary and to submit the plans and specifications for each project to the New Jersey Department of Education for approval. To approve a proposal from Monarch Axia Insurance Company for the student athletic insurance for the 2019-2020 school year, and the travel expenditure resolution.
So moved. Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Van Horn. Any discussion on these items?
Just, I'm glad to see item 8 on there. Good to see our little leaguers playing softball and baseball.
Any other discussion? All right, because we have so many items, and there's a whole bunch of contracts interspersed amongst them, I'm going to ask Mr. Boyce to do a roll call on all these items, please.
Sure. Ms. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson?
Abstain in 8, 9, and 19, but yes. For the rest.
Okay, Mrs. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Quintillo?
Yes.
Dr. Saden?
Yes.
Mrs. Schweitzer?
Abstain on 8 and yes for everything else.
Okay, Mrs. Van Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sergio?
Yes.
Mr. Jess?
I abstain on item 7, on item 9, and item 11. Hold on, I got one. Item 21, and yes on everything else.
Certification of major account status. Pursuant to NJAC 6A:23A-16.10C4, the Somerville Board of Education certifies that as of January 31st, 2019, after review of the Board Secretary's and Treasurer's monthly financial reports, and upon consultation with the appropriate officials, to the best of its knowledge, no major account or fund has been overexpended in violation of NJAC 6A:23A-16.10C4, and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year. Major accounts are current expense, capital projects, and debt service.
Thank you. Mr. Quintillo, Buildings and Grounds.
Yes, as noted in the packet, all work orders for all buildings are being completed in a timely manner.
Thank you. Now going to the ever-popular report of athletics and student activities. Mr. Sergio.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm just making sure I have all my paperwork in order. And with that said, how's my crowd tonight? All right, you know what? I'm not going to push the envelope. DJ Jazzy Luke here. I'm ready to get things started, but first things first, I just want to just kind of reiterate what everybody else was saying tonight. I want to give a thumbs up to all of our senior awards winners, because I know a lot of them are our student athletes and our student club members, so I want to congratulate each and every one of those. I also want to reiterate what Dr. Teen said and congratulate our Bulldog choir and marching band. The marching band just amazes every single year, and it's good to see the choir is now going to be on the map as well. I want to wish Daphne all the best of luck as well. And for Kaylee, I am looking forward to seeing what the Engineering and World Health Organization is going to do. And I am just still amazed that that was thought up by one of our students, and that's going to make a tremendous impact to all of our second and third world countries. So I wish them the best of luck, and I'm looking forward to hearing about its progress. So now, I also want to give a big thumbs up to our 2018 and 2019 Ville Athletics and Clubs programs. This is my last report for the season, pretty much. And I just want to say, whether it's robotics, football, music, drama, baseball, softball, track and field, life skills, unified bowling, cheerleading, field hockey, and cross country, the students of the Ville once again reached heights and depths that no words could reach, but their passions were the soul speech. So once again, we are truly Ville by example, hashtag. So, and with that said, I'm going to give you an update on the last 2 championship games by our lacrosse team and our baseball team post the last meeting. The Ville lacrosse team, after securing the Group 2 sectional championship, went right back to work and went up against a high-ranked Summit team. Although going toe-to-toe, they fell short. Summit had a really suffocating defense. They are nationally ranked. All was not lost, though, but thanks to our director, athletic director Tim Davis, the lacrosse team was offered the shower and prep accommodations and a ride to meet their dates at the junior and senior prom game. The Ville baseball team once again found themselves in a familiar position in the sectional semifinals against a strong Nutley foe who they beat last year. And for 6 innings, this game lived up to its billing, with both teams going, forgive my boxing terminology, punch for punch. Okay, in the top of the 7th, with a 2-2 tie, Al Dante Bazzuti broke open that knot with a 3-run bomb. Okay, which I think to this point, last time I checked, the ball's still traveling. So, all right, that's how big that bomb was. All right, unfortunately, Nutley at the bottom of the 7th came back with 4 runs to secure the Group 2 sectional semifinals. All right, hats off to both Pioneer squads for another action-packed year. Okay, track and field, if you will. All right, let's close out this year with our track and field highlights. Okay, the final results at our Meet of Champions, which was held Saturday, June 8th. Okay, junior, Melina Christodoulou with an updated school record of 36 feet 8 inches and 8.5 inches overall in the triple jump. Okay, senior Zoe Giovanno, okay, with a new personal best of 36 feet 7 inches, puts her 18th at the meet of champions. And senior Drew Svoboda winds up 10th overall at the meet, the long jump with a mark of 21 feet 3 inches. And last but not least, senior John McGovern, our new jack and master of all trades, okay, in the 3,200 meter, okay, timed a 9-minute, 10.65 seconds, one of the best finishes for the Ville in a long, long time. Hats off to John McGovern for everything he's accomplished as a cross country and a track star. I think this is great. And last but not least, okay, as I mentioned, to all these students and their college commits, don't look back, but please come back. All right, let's hear it up for Alana Glicksman at Rutgers University, a lacrosse star. Devin Hack for baseball, committed to Seton Hall University. Al Dante Bizzuti, NJIT for baseball. Jalon Dabney, University of Albany for football. John McGovern, can I say any more? Fordham University for cross country and track. Andrew Diodato, DeSales University for lacrosse and soccer. A double billing there. Nina Carlson, TCNJ for soccer. Jesse DeSarno, Montclair State for soccer. Emily Clearly, Franklin and Marshall University for soccer. Kyle Sullivan, Millersville University for soccer. Gianna Duddy, DeSales University for field hockey. Charlie Burkhart, Dickinson College for football. Joe Ciampola, TCNJ for football. Duke McDuffie, Duke of Earl McDuffie, that is. Delaware Valley University for football. Karan Smith at Utica College for football. Robbie Fiorentino is already at Division I University of Kansas, getting ready for his football season. Okay, Merci Van Ness, Ursinius College for track. Zoe Iovino, College of New Jersey for track. Elena Arachea, if I said it correctly.
It's easy for you.
Yeah, TCNJ for track. Sonia Burhit, MIT for track. Kiefer Thomas, Salisbury University for track. Nico Kandar, Oxford College of Emory University for tennis. Okay, Emily Markowski, Moravian for basketball. Go Greyhounds. That's right, go Greyhounds is right. Pat Noon, King's College for baseball. Vincent Neely, Keene University for baseball. Jack Anglin, RVCC for baseball. Joe Braun, College of St. Elizabeth for baseball. Kylie Garcia, Fairleigh Dickinson and Madison for lacrosse. Stephen Duprat, Misericordia University for lacrosse. And Zanze Kuba McCoy, last but not least, Gettysburg College for volleyball. And those are all of our college commits. And that ends my report, sir, and I'll see you guys back in September. Last but not least, can I get a Let's Go Bill? 1, 2, 3. Let's go Bill. All right, okay, I'll take that. So, thank you very much, sir.
Now, before you move the one
Yes,
item
it does.
I just want to piggyback on your report and just say that John McGovern finished third in Meet of Champions on Saturday and earned a place in the national finals down in, I believe, North Carolina this upcoming weekend. And there's a freshman as well whose name escapes me, but he is also going to the national meet this weekend. So I think both of those gentlemen deserve a round of applause and a heartfelt congratulations.
Do is maybe during one of the workshops in summer, in September, I will follow up with that progress. Excellent. Thanks, sir. Okay. And I do have one resolution, which is the NJSIAA 2019-2020 membership resolution. And resolved that the Board of Education of the Somerville Public School District in the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, as provided for in Chapter 172 of the laws, the 1979 NJSA 18A:11-3 at sequence, hereby enrolls Somerville High School as a member of the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association to participate in the approved inter-school athletic program sponsored by the New Jersey Scholastic, the New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association. That's a move.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Matthews. Any discussion? As this is a athletic program, we'll have a roll call, please. Mr. Boyce.
Ms. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson?
Yes.
Mrs. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Puntillo?
Yes.
Dr. Sadin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sergio?
Yes.
Mr. Jess?
Yes. Excellent. Thank you. Curriculum Committee, Mr. Van Horn.
Yes, Curriculum Committee met on May 28th Had a lot going on, discussed summer reading, approval of the comprehensive equity plan, the writing success in K-5 and plans to expand it to the middle school, the integrated approach to the NJDOE middle school literacy requirement, an update to the biology curriculum, approval of tomorrow's teachers for college based on enrollment, on college credit based on enrollment, the implementation plan for the NJDOE LGBTQIA mandate, construction of the professional development plan, the adoption of a textbook and independent reading approval form. We also concluded that the curriculum documents need to be reformatted so that they are consistent on the website, and we will revisit the summer reading program once again for next school year, 2019-20.
Great.
That's it, and it is recommended that, again, we can do all 6 items, be moved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools. Number 1, resolve that the Board of Education hereby acknowledge receipt of the monthly harassment, intimidation, and bullying unconfirmed report case for the middle school. 2, resolve that the Board of Education approve the following new programs at Somerville Middle School, grades 6 to 8, iReady for Reading, Ready Math, and Toolbox. Number 3, resolve that the Board of Education hereby acknowledge receipt of 2 monthly harassment, intimidation, and bullying unconformed report cases at the high school. Resolve that the Board of Education approve the attached 2019-2020 custodial maintenance holiday schedule. Number 5, resolve that the Board of Education approve the adoption of the strong evaluation model for all district-wide staff for the 2019-2020 school year. And number 6, resolve that the Board of Education approve the enclosed request for field trips.
Thank you. Second. All right, because we are approving educational programs, Mr. Boyce, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Ms. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson?
Yes.
Mrs. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Puntillo?
Yes.
Dr. Saden?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sergio?
Yes.
Mr. Jess?
Yes. All right, Mrs. Van Horn, continue with you. Technology Committee?
Okay, Technology Committee update was posted. Somerville High School Engineering seniors presented their final projects to parents, peers, and community members. All the projects were innovative and executed professionally. An equity audit is ongoing to determine how we can better support students of underrepresented populations. The end of the year collection procedures are being followed, and summer work will all be completed as noted.
Great, thank you. The ever popular Negotiations Committee, Mr. Quintillo?
No report.
Okay. How about moving the item that's on the agenda?
Your recommendation.
It is recommended item 1 be moved upon the recommendation of superintendent of schools. Somerville Principals and Supervisors Association Agreement. Resolved that the tentative agreement reached between the Somerville Board of Education and Somerville Principals and Supervisors Association for the term commencing July 1, 2019 and terminating June 30, 2022. That be and the same be hereby approved.
Thank you. Can I have a motion for that, please? Thank you, Mrs.
Second.
Olson. We have a second. Thank you, Mrs. Van Horn. Any discussion?
Yes, I would just like to say that I appreciate the professionalism and dedication with which the administrators in this district work to set the tone for their negotiations and for a fair and beneficial settlement.
Thank you, Dr. Saden. Any other comments? Mr. Boyce, roll call, please.
Yes. Ms. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson?
Abstain.
Mrs. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Puntillo?
Yes.
Dr. Saden?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sergio?
Yes.
Mr. Jess?
Yes. All right, moving on to personnel. Dr. Tina.
Okay, for pre-K to 8, resolved that the Board of Education approve and/or accept the superintendent of schools recommendations as follows. Appointments and salaries are contingent upon verified documentation. To accept the resignation of Amira Huntley from the position of Public Relations Officer at Somerville Middle School, which was effective June 7th. Number 2, to approve the appointment of listed individuals to the position of Student Assistant for the 2019 Summer Performing Arts Program, Musical Theater at Somerville Middle School. Number 3, to rescind the appointment of Stephen Hemelo Harvey to the position of Instructional Assistant for the Summer Extended School Year Program.
Number 4, to approve the newly created position of part-time teacher gifted and talented at Vanderveer School. Number 5, to approve the newly created position of full-time teacher of Spanish at Vanderveer School. Number 6, to approve the newly created position of full-time teacher of preschool ABA at Vanderveer School. Number 7, to approve the newly created positions of 2 full-time preschool ABA instructional assistants at Vanderveer School. Number 8, to approve the appointment of Caitlin Colhup to the lead replacement position of elementary teacher at Vanderveer School, a non-tenured position to fill a vacancy caused by a child care leave. Number 9, to approve the appointment of John Grusser to the position of teacher of special education, instructional, certificate of teacher of students with disabilities at Somerville Middle School to fill a vacancy caused by a non-renewal. Number 10, to approve the transfer of Megan Lamarca from the position of teacher of Spanish at Somerville High School to the newly created position of teacher of Spanish at Vanderveer School. Number 11, to abolish 1 teacher of English position at Somerville Middle School. Number 12, to approve the transfer of Suzanne Alessio from the position of secretary to the 3 to 5 principal at Vanderveer School to the position of secretary to the principal at Vanderveer School. Number 13, to approve the transfer of Christine Brennan from the position of secretary to the PS2 principal at Vanderveer School to the position of secretary to the principal at Vanderveer School. Number 14, to create 1 instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School. Number 15, to approve the transfer of Trevor Price from a part-time instructional assistant position at Somerville Middle School to the newly created full-time instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School. Number 16, to approve the transfer of Dorothy Garpy from a part-time instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School to a full-time instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School to fill a vacancy caused by a retirement. Number 17, to approve the transfer of Tisha Wiggum from a part-time instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School to the newly created full-time instructional assistant position at Vanderveer School. Number 18, to accept the resignation of Lorraine Tucker Lum from the position of 3/5 occupational therapist at Vanderveer School. Number 19, to approve the transfer of Kevin Eshelman from the position of instructional assistant at Somerville Middle School to the newly created position of instructional assistant at Vanderveer. For 9 through 12, to approve the appointment of Kevin Ramirez to the position of part-time custodian district-wide effective July 5th to June 30th. Number 21, to approve the appointment of Kimberly Muller to the position of substitute teacher for the 18-19 school year. Number 22, to approve the appointment of Celia Corris to the position of summer custodial maintenance help district-wide effective July 3rd. Number 23, to rescind the appointment of Amira Huntley from the position of instructional assistant for the summer extended school year program in Somerville High School MD program. Number 24, to approve the appointment of Stephen Evelo Harvey to the position of instructional assistant for the summer extended school year program in Somerville High School MD program. Number 25, to approve the appointment of Jennifer Stafford to the position of teacher of art, instructional certificate of teacher of art at Somerville High School to fill a vacancy caused by retirement. Number 26, to approve the appointment of Jennifer Russo to the position of teacher of Spanish, instructional certificate of teacher of Spanish at Somerville High School to fill a vacancy caused by non-renewal. Number 27, to approve the appointment of Tyler Volpe to the position of teacher of mathematics, instructional certificate of teacher of mathematics at Somerville High School to fill a vacancy caused by non-renewal. Number 28, to approve the appointment of Rebecca Burns to the newly created position of curriculum supervisor district-wide effective July 1st. Number 29, to approve the appointment of David Tomashki to the position of teacher for the Math Summit Summer Extended School Year Program of Crime and Civil Law course at 1/2 his per diem rate. Number 30, to approve the appointment of Christopher Navolo to the position of instructional assistant for the same program and course. Number 31, to approve the newly created position of full-time teacher of English at Somerville High School. Number 32, to approve the transfer of Anne-Marie DeRogatis from the position of teacher of English at Somerville Middle School to the newly created position of teacher of English at Somerville High School. Number 33, to approve the transfer of Adrienne Carrera from a part-time custodial school bus driver position to a full-time custodian school bus driver position. Number 34, to abolish 1 instructional assistant position at Somerville High School. Number 35, to approve the appointment of Zachary Bermudez, a student from Nazareth College, to shadow Karen Gorzinski, teacher of music at Somerville High School for 1 day during the month of June. And number 36, to approve an extension for Shannon Murphy to the lead replacement position of teacher of English at Somerville High School to cover an unpaid medical leave for Rebecca Drake from May 27th to June 7th. Thank you.
Make a motion to support.
Thank you. May I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Shajil. Any discussion on that? Mr. Boyce?
Ms. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Carlson?
Yes.
Mrs. Olson?
Yes.
Mr. Puntillo?
Yes.
Dr. Sadin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Horn?
Yes.
Mr. Sergio?
Yes.
Mr. Jess?
I abstain on items 2, 19, and 35, and yes on everything else. All right, is there any old business? I would just like to say that while Dr. Tian was giving his report, my daughter texted me, and it's the young man who also is going to nationals, who's a freshman, is Tyler Ranierson, who is going for long jump. So Tyler, we wish you well as well. And I want to again offer my congratulations and best wishes to everybody who retired. They left, which I would do too if I was retiring. But for those administrators and teachers that my girls have had, my girls are better for having known you. And I just want to say thank you for all you've done for them. Any other old business?
I just want to reiterate what you said, because I know several of you, the retirees out there, have been around for most of my son's school career, so I just want to thank them for the impact, thank them for the years of service, and most importantly, thank them for their friendship.
No other old business. Can I have a motion to close it, please?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Any new business? No. All right. Can I have a motion to close new business?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. We're now open to the public. Anybody? No, we'll jump at once. All right. Can I have a motion to close the public session, please?
So moved.
Thank you. Everybody was waiting for that one. Can I have this? Can I have thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Now we resolve that the Board of Education move to recess into executive session to discuss confirmed HIV case number 2018-2019:7 SMS and unconfirmed HIV case number 2018-2018:16 SMS-NC and the superintendent's evaluation. The minutes of the executive session, to the extent permitted by law, will be made available to the public once the issues are resolved, subject to confidentiality requirements, and action may be taken. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Thank you. I'm going to go with Mrs. Matthews on that. May I have a second? Second. Thank you, Mr. Carlson. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved at 8:13. Back into public session at 9:11. So now, can I have a motion for the confirmed HIV, to accept the confirmed HIV case?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Shajil. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson. Any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. And now may I have a motion to accept the superintendent's evaluation and submit it to the New Jersey School
So
Board?
moved.
Thank you. And Brian, you can, find the wording for that, please.
Okay.
Thanks. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Olson. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Any? One abstention, Mr. Carlson.
Did you do the other agenda?
The unconfirmed?
Yeah.
I did not.
You have to do that.
I have to do that one too. All right, so that was confirmed. The first one was confirmed. Can I have a motion to accept the unconfirmed HIV report?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. And can we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Sadin. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Van Horn. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Thank you. And we're adjourned at 9:14.